Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to do the weekly review for DR, IDR using ICT concepts on the 5-minute chart for August 14th through August 18th. Let's put up our rules and all the markups. So we do not trade high impact news events. So during the event we don't trade, right? So we trade before or after on certain events, but we don't trade while it's occurring. Only take trades between 11 a.m. and 1:30 p.m. That's for RDR. DR direction confirmed by 12:30 p.m. ICT PD arrays, fair value gap, an order block, or a breaker block. Now, I will say it's in reverse order. So my preference is a breaker block, and then I'm looking for an order block, and then I'll accept a fair value gap. If there's multiple, I'm taking the higher one, which is either an order block over a fair value gap, or a breaker block over an order block or fair value gap. Okay, entry, we want to risk 1 to 2 plus, so if we're risking 5 handles at the most, we can aim for at least 10 handles. Minimum 5 handles is a target. We'll take partials at 60% and move our stop loss to break even plus 2 ticks. If no trade entered before a market structure shift that is opposite of DR confirmed, no trade. And if no partials taken by 1:30 p.m., close the trade. Alright, so let's get into this week. Monday, ODR session for London. We do not get a DR confirmation until the very end, so this is a no trade. Now on RDR time, we get DR confirmed at 10:35 candle, 10:30 candle. We come up, here's our 11 o'clock when we can take our trades. It comes in, taps into that 5-minute fair value gap. If you didn't take this trade, you had another chance of set it up right here. Risk 5 and aim for 10, which is the new week high of the new week opening gaps. So we got 10 handles on Monday. Let's go to Tuesday. Tuesday, this is an ODR session for London. Now you notice we get a confirmation at 4 o'clock candle, but there's a 5-minute fair value gap here, there's a fair value gap here, there's a fair value gap right here. I would have waited until it came up into the second fair value gap, especially when there's new week opening gaps right there. So this, although it came up and tapped into that and you would have gotten at least 10 handles had you taken this trade, I would have waited for the second one, a higher pullback, because my stop would have had to been at least above the second, if not the third fair value gap, which makes my risk way too much more than 5 handles, so I couldn't have taken this trade. Okay, so this didn't meet my rules. Now, this RDR, when I have multiple fair value gaps, I always take the higher of the 2 fair value gap. And then, like I said, if there's an order block there, right there, I'd prefer that versus a fair value gap. So on this one, price confirmed, DR confirmed at 10:30. And then price came up, violated this fair value gap, and then came into the second fair value gap. If you would have taken your trade, because the order block was right there, you would have gone on the high side of the fair value gap, and your stop would have been above the order block, which makes it 5 handles. And again, aim for 1 to 2, so aim for 10 handles. Now, had you left a runner on and left it through the end of the day, you could have easily gotten 25 handles. Okay, so leaving a runner on this is very good to do. Get your money out, take some of your partials, and leave a runner and just let it play out. Because if you would have got that, you would have had a lot more. Well, you would have doubled it at least. So that is good. We're at 20 right now. 20 handles for Monday and Tuesday total. Okay, so ODR session. We get a DR confirmed at 4:20. We come in, there's a fair value gap right here. In order blocks, we would have taken it right there, got in, and we would have been taken out. So we would have lost 3 right there. So now we're at 17 handles for the week. We just lost 1 right there. And then we see that price comes back through. So this is a false day, so it means DR is not confirmed, and we don't trade this session. Okay. Now go to the RDR session. Price gets confirmed at 12:10. 20 minutes before we needed it to be confirmed. Price came up, tapped the DR lines and the 5-minute fair value gap. Risk 5, aim for 10. We got it right there. We got 10 handles. So this day right here is plus 7 R, sorry, 27 handles for the week so far, and we're at Wednesday. We've taken 1 loss and 3 winners. Alright, so now Thursday. Price is confirmed on ODR at 440. And we didn't really get a trade set up. We have a fair value gap right here. We had order blocks over here. We didn't take this trade. We didn't like this setup. We didn't trade the ODR session. RDR, we have DR confirmed at 1030. We see a fair value gap, but we also look for our order block, and we see that price came up and just went straight through the fair value gap to our order block and respected it and came down. Okay, well, we can't trade that because it's not at 11 o'clock yet. So we're just kind of watching what happens, and that's what happened by 11. Now price comes down. We're probably thinking it left without us, and that's just how it was. Well, when price came up here at 12.25, came up to our order block and respected it, closed there, started there, and came back down, you're taking your trade, right, when it hits this order block. Stop goes above the order block, aim for 1 to 2. Here in this case, because we're aiming for these lows, we're shooting for 3. We get 13. We get 12 handles there. We get plus 3R, so plus 12 on that day. On Thursday. On Friday, let's go over here. Friday, oops, same rules. Price comes in, it trades down and confirms at 510, comes into the fair value gap right here, and there's an order block right here. Take your trade at the order block or the high of the fair value gap. Stop goes above, risk 1 to 2, and in this case we went 1 to 3. You get 9 handles, and now if you held it for the rest of the session, you could have at least doubled or tripled your amount that you got. So then in RDR, like I said, a runner is very, very beneficial to leave a runner on. If it stops you out, that's fine. Just keep trailing your stop. On RDR, we see that it's confirmed at 11 o'clock. Price comes back down into this order block. We take our trade after it leaves it, because this would have been, okay, this would have been a full blue candle. As it's coming back up and it's leaving that order block, we're taking our trade. That's why it's higher than the order block. Risk 5, and we aim for 3 here, 15 points. So we get 15 there. That's 15. That is 63 handles for the week using this concept. Between RDR and ODR, you traded these using these rules. Even taking a loss, you would have had 63 handles or points for the week.